We welcome you to Kirk Hall on the campus of Central Maine Community College as Munzang Media Sports brings you CM Mustang basketball. We've got Isaac Irvin down here. Tell me a little bit about how you came from Australia all the way across here to Central Maine.
Yeah, well, it all started back when about 3 years ago I started playing basketball, and ever since then I really wanted to see how far I could take this thing. Coach Kerry reached out to me on Twitter and gave me the opportunity. I was thrilled to take it, to be honest, so made the trip straight away.
Had you been aware of the pipeline that Central Maine Community College has set up in Australia, or was this new to you, or right out of the blue?
Yeah,
or?
This was honestly a surprising message I saw. Never heard of this place in my life, and best opportunity and best decision I've ever made, to be honest.
Well, we're certainly glad that you came over. Let's get the correct graphic up here a little bit, and got to do some adjustments here as we're on the fly. Talk a little bit about the adjustment that you've had to make coming over here to the States to play basketball.
Well, back in Australia, it's a lot more systematic, so obviously getting adjusted to playing more athletic players, that's the biggest thing I've had to deal with, getting stronger, getting quicker, playing against better competition in general.
Well, you certainly have some competition to go against in practice here. You guys get after it pretty good. I've seen some of the sessions here. That's have to have made you a better player right out of the gate.
100%. Those practices, they're the best thing.
And as you catch up to the speed of the game and the strength of the game and all of that, and then once you get that and you get a gauge for that, you can relax a little bit.
Exactly.
And then your game starts to come out. I think we've been seeing that. Jim and I have noted that.
Yep.
Much more comfortable, in the sets and everything that's going on with it.
Yep.
So talk a little bit about what you think is going to go on as the season goes on as far as your development and the team's development.
Well, for everyone's got the skill to do basically anything on the court. So all it is really everyone picking up that confidence and trusting in our teammates and our own ability. And once that all comes together, we're going to be a hard team to stop.
Well, certainly Coach tested you guys out of the gate there with some of the teams that you were playing earlier on. I imagine you were stepping back going, whoa.
It was a big adjustment seeing all these fully grown guys, who've been playing at this level for 4 or more years. It was good to play against, good to learn off of, and great to bring back into this conference play.
Well, as you take a look at this team here today that you're going up against with Paul Smith here, what are you taking a look at here as far as what you think that they're going to try to do inside? They've got the big guy inside there.
Yeah, well, they're gonna look to be physical, so we've got to match that physicality, come back stronger. We're going to run the ball and. Yeah,
it was Paul Smith's last night that you had to contend with. You're going against Vermont State Randolph today, but same thing, big inside. So,
yeah, exactly.
So you guys are looking to round it out, and it seems to me that you guys get a gauge of, who's doing what out there, and you're able to feed off that a little bit. Not everybody's going to have the hot hand every single night, but when they do, they get the ball.
That's the one thing I like about this team. Everyone can score, everyone can do anything. We don't have one guy that we're looking to go to. Anyone can have the night of their life every single game. So
the night of their life. Well, we hope the night of their life is right here with you. Anybody watching at home?
I hope so. I hope my mom and dad's watching. Hi, if you're watching. Miss you guys.
So Jim Toomey's usually our guy on the time. He'll know exactly what time it is over there in Australia. So it's Monday over there. So
Monday morning.
It's Monday morning over there. So they'll probably sneaking a peek at work or something like that, maybe. Exactly right.
16 hours ahead, Rob.
16 hours ahead. That's awesome. Okay, thank you. So, Isaac, I want to wish you continued success here. Welcome to Mustangville, and we're tickled to have you.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, so we'll be back. We'll have some more opening thoughts on this game when we come back after this.
Since 1964, the mission of Central Maine Community College has been to serve the surrounding communities with an enriched and inclusive learning environment. The college takes pride in transforming students into employees through lifelong learning opportunities that expand career aspirations and improve current workplace skills. While the most evident changes have been made to the physical layout of the college, the real magic happens within the learning. Engaging in classroom conversations, collaborating in immersive hands-on projects in labs, and sharing through teamwork in academics and extracurricular activities provide students with opportunities to think critically, solve real-world problems, and become lifelong learners. At CMCC, students are surrounded by peers all working towards the same goal: With expert faculty who seek out innovative ways to make classes more than just a lecture, and staff who make student success their priority, students are empowered to forge their own path towards graduation and beyond. Please join us in celebrating the 60th anniversary of Central Maine Community College and be part of our continued journey of growth and innovation.
For years, you've worked hard, saved wisely, and dreamed of this moment. Retirement is one of life's biggest decisions. You don't have to navigate it alone. With Gosline Retirement Planning by your side, you can retire with confidence. We're a team of fiduciaries who specialize in the transition from work life to retirement life, and we're here to help. We at GRP are committed to building a plan that lets you live and give better than you thought possible.
All right, welcome back here. Great interview by Rob Munzing with Isaac Irwin.
Except I confused the teams.
The Vermont State Knights coming in 4-7 overall, 1-2 in the conference. Mustangs 7-6 overall, 4-1 in the conference. The Knights beat UMA yesterday, 63-58. Mustangs beat Paul Smith 109-59 after Paul Smith had a 5-point lead in the middle of the, well, probably 8 minutes into the game.
Yeah, crazy.
So we're going to have the lineups very shortly here with Steve English down at the table. But it's been a great weekend here, Rob.
Surely has, Jim. It's been great. Been busy, been great. And we got I got a little late start getting this one going because we had a little trouble over at hockey, which I'm managing from here. So we got hockey is a little bit delayed going there, but we got that up and going. So now we're set to roll.
And as usual, this is done along the YSCC where whatever gender is not playing,
I like it.
they'll go out and part of the introductions.
Love it.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Kirk Hall on the campus of Central Maine Community College for today's basketball game between the Vermont State University Randolph Knights and your Central Maine Mustangs. First, the starting lineup for the visiting Knights. Number 3, Will Jenkins. Number 5, Jalen Calvin. Number 12, Jaden Clark. Number 14, Shadon Dunn Anderson. Number 33, Myron Duke. Head coach of the Knights, Jamal Hughes, and he is assisted by Brian Bernard and Paul Donahue.
Over to Hathaway, tees one up. Bang! Down the lane, Shank gets the rolls. Dumps it to Brigitte. Brigitte with the stuffs went in. Francis to follow. And JT Pound. Here's Pemberton. Swoops in. And here comes Vaughn Jonas for the stuff. Wait for Central Maine. Duke for 3. Bang!
Mustangs. From Naugatuck, Connecticut, number 13, Caden Moore. From Rockport, Maine, number 15, Will Duke. From Kingswood, Texas, number 31, Vaughn Jonas. From Durham, Maine, number 32, J.T. Pound. And from Turner, Maine, number 5, Wyatt Hathaway. Head coach for the Mustangs is Dave Gagne. He is assisted by Steve Carey, Corey Davis, and Jared Rubin.
Again, the drop kick Murphys.
They're dropping in here to Kirk Hall. They're shipping up to Auburn.
Remember that World Series with Jonathan Papelbon dancing
Yes.
to that? I mean, a classic. Again, Central Maine, we're wearing their dark uniforms because of the road trip by the teams coming in. As we said, it's pretty hard to do laundry on the road. So this is all planned by the teams or conference. So Mustangs in red going left to right. Jim Toomey along with Rob Munzing, Chris Niederman, and Ashley Persong. Hope fans of both schools enjoy this one wherever they be watching and listening.
Well, I had the pleasure of calling the game yesterday. The Knights played against UMA. That was a strange game. Back and forth it went, and looked like the Knights were going to put it away twice, but UMA kept coming back.
Vermont State Randolph ball. Number 3 is Will Jenkins. There's Calvin with the 3. Bang.
Yeah, he's a player. Boy, I love watching him.
He's the senior now from Missouri City, Texas. Player of the year, right, nationally.
Yeah, he was.
3-0 Knights. Moore drops it off to Jonas. Jonas on the drive, a finger roll. No good. J.T. Pound again. 2 attempts and a foul. And a big little grimace there by J.T. Pound. The grimace meaning he was upset he didn't make it.
I think that's what it was.
But he didn't complain.
Well,
He went one more time and got fouled.
Upset with himself, as you are when that happens.
He's a 6'5" freshman from Durham, Maine. Went to Freeport High School. And soft touch by J.T. Pound. He's only been to the line 11 times coming in. Doesn't that seem strange to you?
Yeah, all the dirty work he's doing underneath there.
Calvin with the basketball. 3-pointer. That one spins off and bounces right to Will Duke. Outlet pass to Jonas. Nice catch, Moore. Moore, tough angle. J.T. Pound's going to go back to the line.
I'm no basketball genius, but I did coach middle school boys for a number of years when my sons were playing. So I had a kid that couldn't make a layup like that, and I kept saying, well, you know what's good about that is you get the guy to foul you, and then you go make your free throws.
Yeah.
I said, that's a big play for us. And, you know, it took the pressure off that kid, and then he started making them. Underneath.
You never know what tip will change somebody positively.
But when you think of it, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You get a foul on a guy, and you still get 2 free throws. You make those. I think it's a win.
Even good shooters from the outside, if they're in a cold streak, making some foul shots loosens them up. 3-pointer, no good. Missed by Jaden Clark.
Yeah, the Knights will put him up, that's for sure.
Duke out of the corner, fakes. Brings it out to Jonas. Jonas from Kingswood, Texas, gives it to Caden Moore, who's had some big games lately. And with moves like that, Rob.
That's exactly well spoken, Jim. He has had some big games and some great finishes, slasher to the basket.
The Knights in the forecourt. 14 is Shandon Dana Anderson. Will Jenkins, the junior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Directing traffic are the Knights. 5 to shoot. Calvin goes over, and there's a layup with 1 second on the clock. Gavel Nelson Nunez.
Yeah, with the great feed. Calvin.
6'5" CM, they have the basketball. Moore, tricky dribbles. It loose, and the Knights come up with it. Clark driving through traffic. Will Duke played some good defense, and Moore got the rebound. Duke thought about the three, fakes. Gonna go over to Hathaway. JT Pound bounce pass into Moore. Moore wants to go to work. He's double teamed. He's fighting his way clear, and they call it a tie-up. Arrow, Mustangs. Ball deflected, stolen away. Calvin up ahead to Will Jenkins, who lays it in. They're a very quick team, Rob, obviously.
They are. Yeah, they look to run first.
7-6. Vermont State, Randolph. Hathaway to Moore. Moore stops, shoots, going to be short. He thought he got hit, no call.
Mustang ball.
But guess what?
Got tipped.
Yeah. No foul, but a possession. Hathaway will be the trigger man. Goes out deep to Jonas. Swings it far side to Duke. Jonas in the corner. Foul line, Pound. 5 to shoot. Do the Mustangs know it? Will Duke. Pound's going to have to fire it. Bang! Wow! I think it was less than a second when he released it.
Well, that's exactly how Coach Gagne drew up that out-of-bounds play. Run the clock all the way down. Get JT Pound, the big guy, for 3.
And no basket traveling. No, as we're watching it, count down, I'm going, there's no way they're going to get a shot off.
Well, great awareness by the freshman that he had to get the shot off. And
because Will Duke had it at the
Will
last second, gave it up to classmates.
Yeah, he made it exciting.
9-7, Mustangs. Duke in the lane. Duke, a floater, comes up short. Couple of shots by various players today have been short. Maybe it's a long weekend. I don't know.
Wind.
And up and in for Gavel, Nelson Nunez. Nice penetration that time by the Knights.
Yeah, Nelson Nunez with a pair now, and
we're tied.
Good inside player.
Excuse me, Rob. He's listed at 6'5" for New Bedford, Mass. We're tied at 9. Hathaway is going to shoot 3.
I don't know if there's any three-point shooter in the league that gets fouled on three-point attempts more than Wyatt Hathaway. Just in adultal observation, no stats on that, but it just seems to happen a lot for Wyatt.
Soft touch. Hathaway coming in, an 88% foul shooter.
Yeah, you want to be very happy with your perch up there because Coach Hughes is right in your what would have been your sight line, Jim. I noticed that yesterday when I was calling the game myself down here and running the production. Of course, I have to be on the floor to be able to do that.
And folks, I told Rob off air, I said, busy weekend here, I don't feel that tired. Then I figured out why. I wasn't trying to look around coaches or stand up or get mentally frustrated not seeing it. So, they worked on getting us a platform you're on down there, but that really didn't solve that problem of where the coaches stand.
Well, they're going to do some work on Kirk Hall coming up, and Dave's got that in the plans. Try to put a spot up above with us for you and I and a camera operator.
All right, great.
That'd be fantastic.
Nice job, as usual, at the foul line. Wyatt Hathaway, 3 for 3, just very cool shooter.
Well, he hit the 2 big ones in the game the other day to salt it, remember? Cool, calm, and collected.
We've been interesting games over the weekend.
We surely have.
12-9, Mustangs. Calvin goes in. It's a block, but they're going to call the foul. Let's see. On Jonas, I think. Isaac Irwin is checked in.
Yeah, Jalen Calvin is fearless as well as a good player. He's not afraid to take it into the forest, that's for sure.
Isaac Irwin was Rob's pregame guest. Spoke very well, didn't he, Rob?
Oh, boy, what a great young man. So happy to be able to talk to him. And I see Bridget Irwin's watching here, and I'm sure she's proud as could be. And you know, these families send their kids halfway around the world. And,
Oh, yeah.
you know, we're part of the care package, Jim, you and I,
Yep.
and everybody on the support staff in here, and taking care of these kids, making them feel welcome. And we certainly love to do our part by talking to them and
Exactly.
encouraging them and all of that. You and I, as former educators, you know, understand what it is to be away from your family like that. And we want to let the families know your kids are in good hands down here with these tremendous folks at Central Maine.
Very well said. I cannot add anything to that except well said, Rob. Stolen away. Calvin has it. Knights trying to tie with the 2, go ahead with a 3. Calvin very quick, as you can see. Hathaway playing some tough defense. Ball almost lost. The Knights still have 14 on the clock, so no problem yet. There's a screen.
Ooh.
3-pointer from the corner, no good. That was missed by Jaden Clark. Who's
Good
from
defense.
Yeah, he's from New Orleans. Irwin in the corner. CM could use Isaac Irvin's interview almost as a recruiting tool of how well he spoke about
Yes.
everybody, the things you just said, and the team concept. And that's E.J. Pemberton down low, has it taken away. Calvin gaining ground, passes to a left, and layup is good by Jaden Clark. We're tied at 12, 6 minutes into this game. Hathaway set a screen in the backcourt and got bumped into. Duke to Irwin. Irwin going in, and nice hustle, Irwin, to get the miss out of bounds.
We also got a nice note I received from Muncie Media Facebook page from one of the parents of Paul Smith's College women's team, and just saying thank you for doing these games the past couple of days. So professionally done, and we appreciate being able to watch our daughter. They're out in Minnesota.
Oh, great. Thanks for the feedback. That's Calvin with it, looking, well, that's Will Jenkins, 3. There's a 3-pointer. Bang! That was Shandon Danae Anderson.
Yeah, I saw him in long range yesterday a few times against UMA.
He's from Ontario, Embrun, Ontario. 15-12 Knights. There's Brigitte who's checked in. Irwin tries to go to work and he puts it down. If you're interviewed, you got to get into the scorebook, right?
That's exactly right. So many times I've had the guy come on for an interview and had a great game.
Yes. Knights leading by 1. Jenkins outside. Jenkins on the drive. Rocco Chang in there, 23 for CM. And that one rattles around but goes down for Gavel Nelson Nunez.
Nunez, high score in the game.
Chang left of the foul line over there. That is Ben Francis, who's had some good minutes lately. Irwin fakes. Going to go back out to Chang. Francis returns the pass to Chang, and Chang says, how about one more time? As they play pass. 8 to shoot now. Got to be some movement. Chang stops, shoots. No good. Irwin had a hand on it, but grabbed out of the air by Jalen Calvin. Some tough screens in this game. Calvin misses, rebound, double I. That's Isaac Irwin. Chang, now Francis. Nice bounce pass in there. And there's over the front rim is Isaac Irwin. Good look by Brigitte, wasn't it?
It really was. And discretion being better part of valor there. That time for Isaac, rather than dunking and taking a change, just dropped it down and in. Teardrop home.
17-16 Knights, they have the ball. Will Jenkins from Charlotte, North Carolina. And something going on away from the ball. Let's
Illegal
see.
screen. I think 3-second call. I saw the official coming up here and says, well, I had to call it. I gave him 7 seconds. That's what he said coming back up to the coach. Yeah, he did. He said, I gave him 7.
Oh, you're hearing all the stuff down there. I missed that part.
Yeah.
No. Will Duke. Francis goes back to Duke. Left of the foul line extended. Brigitte. Back to Francis. Duke passes to his right. That's E.J. Pemberton. Duke in the lane, off balance, couldn't quite get the angle. Rebound, Nelson Nunez. That's his hyphenated last name. 3-pointer Knights. Bang! Shandon Danae Anderson makes it 20-16. Timeout on the court. 10:56 to go. First half. Vermont State Randolph 20, Central Maine 16 on Munzing Media Sports.
Double I, as you call him, going to get a drop in here. Brigitte with the good pass here. Isaac, the turnaround up and over, drops it home. Seeing the Mustang huddle. They're in the Reds. We don't ever see this at home, but because of the double days playing there and the laundry issues that come up with teams on the road, they're in their traveling Reds. Of course, I get to see them when they go up to Augusta to play. And I'm so far away up in the nosebleed section of Augusta with these red shirts and the thin outline here. I'm just guessing. If I had to see the numbers from where I am, I'm quite a ways away up there. So nice to be right on top of the action here, Jim.
Yeah, I've lamented watching games nationally how they have all kinds of alternative uniforms, right, with different colors. Oregon, besides being the #1 football team ranked, they also have probably the most uniforms.
Oh, gosh, yes, yeah.
But some of them on a certain angle you can't see.
Can't see it
and
at all.
You can't see the names on the back. So it may look great if you're standing eye level, but you go up as a fan or a broadcaster. I don't know how they made some of those choices. We can see these numbers very clearly today, and what we see here is a 4-point Vermont State Randolph lead.
Yeah, and we know the kids by now, too.
Yeah.
It helps.
And let's see, contact underneath. And they're going to call it against,
Nelson Nunez.
He was backing into Isaac Irwin.
Trying to ride him out.
Yeah. Francis to start the play, way out top to Chang. E.J. Pemberton, Brigitte. Chang for 3. Got the iron. Rebound, 21, who checked in, Mohammed Conde from Dover, Delaware. This is a big Knights team. CM is pretty big, actually, too.
I think 2 bigger teams in the league, Jim, size-wise.
They run a play for Calvin, then he dishes it off. And the basket's going to be good for Gavel, Nelson Nunez.
Munzing Media's got concurrent coverage of CM Athletics today. Of course, you're watching this game right now, but we also have hockey going down the street at Norway Savings Bank Arena. First period there, 12:17 left, no score as Mustangs are taking on Wentworth Institute.
Nelson Nunez was a 81% foul shooter coming in. Halfway through this first half, 23-16, Vermont State Randolph, the Knights from Randolph Center, Vermont. Will Duke sent it back out front to Caden Moore, who's checked in. Pemberton turns, shoots, bang! That came out of nowhere, didn't it?
E.J. with the long-range bomb.
Sort of nonchalant, and all of a sudden, he released and hit the 3.
His confidence growing every single game.
Down there for a little set shot. Ooh. Number 21, Mohammed Conde.
That's almost old school.
Yeah.
George Mikan.
Yeah. 25-19. Little contact. We go into pound. All kinds of action in the lane. Off glass for 3. I don't think he called it, but it looks great up on the scoreboard for E.J. Pemberton.
Heave-ho for 3.
25-22 Knights. Conde gives up his dribble. They go inside, and excellent pass as Nelson Nunez went to Jaden Clark for the basket.
Playing croquet out there, right through the wickets.
Duke has a little daylight, goes to the left hand, a little hard. Grabbed off the floor by Calvin. Mustangs hustle back. Calvin passes in the lane to Conde. Conde the fall away. No good. Lost out by the Knights.
Got a couple of threes, the EJ show coming up. Here's the first of two. This one a little conventional. But as you said, it looked like he was going to shoot. He was looking to pass it. Knocks it down. We'll have to wait for the next time out there to dead ball to bring you the second one. Second one is quite a shot.
Duke back out front to Jonas. Comes this side to Pound. Hathaway right in front of us. Deflected. Hathaway down the lane. A floater. A little short. The rebound up and in for Caden Moore.
Oh, Caden.
What excellent inside position. 27-24.
About to say, Hathaway's been a little quiet offensively here. Not getting looks. They're trying to take him out of the offensive flow, I believe, in the half-court game.
Far side, that's Conde. Changes hands on the dribble. Shoulder, he goes in there. Ball got loose. And it's gonna be CM ball.
Here's the second EJ three. This one is kissed off the glass. And look where he is on that. Catches it there and just lets that thing fly up and over the defender.
Jonas, right of the foul line, extended to Pound. Duke dribbles off around the top of the arc. Here comes Vaughn Jonas by the Mustang logo almost. 10 to shoot, Mustangs. Hathaway wants a screen. The ball is lost. Heading the other way is Jaden Clark.
Uh-oh.
And it doesn't go down. All kinds of action down there. And we play on. And now it's Mustang ball. Rob, I can't even describe what I just saw the last 10 seconds.
Got a little problem over there in the student section. Spectators need to be reminded that they are spectators, not participants, spectators.
And it's so
you have no right to interfere in anything that goes on in the game. Editorial comment over.
No.
I'm sure that'll be handled.
But it's so close quarters over there.
Oh,
Even if you stand up to cheer, you're almost on the court.
Yeah. You didn't see it, Jim. I saw it.
Okay.
There was a little bit of overdue.
Will Duke for three. Hit the rim, almost came back at him, but the Knights. Calvin down to the end of the court. Nelson Nunez not takes a shot. Calvin takes a three. Rebound Nelson Nunez. He jumped.
I don't want to leave him alone.
Line drive shot, no good by Xavier Ivey, who's checked in, number 4. He's from Waxhaw, North Carolina. Wow. Vaughn Jonas gonna go to the line for two if he can.
There's some serious physicality
Yes.
going on here. Make sure I don't get stepping out on the court, Jim.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Two fouls on the Mustangs, 5 on the Knights with 6:13 remaining in this first half. Vaughn Jonas, the freshman from Kingswood, Texas out of Porter High School. Excuse me, my scratchy throat has been all weekend, so we apologize if we cannot mute it. Vaughn Jonas was a 75% foul shooter coming in, 18 out of 24, and he made 2 there.
We'll get you a mute button, Jim. I'll work on it.
Knights leading by 1. Under 6 minutes remaining, first half. Backing in there is Conde and scores. A very methodical sequence for Mohamed
It surely
Conde.
was, yeah. Looked like one of those tractor trailers backing into Hannaford to unload.
I didn't hear the beep beep, but 29-26 Knights. It was a drive by Jonas. He tried to pass to Moore, but Jalen Calvin says, I've seen that play before, and he intercepted it. And there's a steal going back the other way. Vaughn Jonas looked up, and the ball was coming right at him. deflected out off Moore, off Jonas rather. Ben Francis ready to check in.
Yeah, Jonas went down, but the ball stuck to him like he had Velcro on and he skidded out of bounds with it. Boy, this is an entertaining game.
It is.
For the 8th game that we've had in 2 days here, I'm glad this has high energy because it's really something going on out there.
There's a screen out by the logo. Calvin still with it. Francis, the defender. Calvin at the foul line. Stops, shoots, does not get it.
Pretty good
Rebound.
defense.
Oh, yeah. Moore with the rebound. E.J. Pemberton. Duke calls the play. Francis on the far side. Hathaway comes out almost to midcourt. Halfway through the shot clock. Hathaway stop, shoot, swish.
Yeah, Coach Hughes not happy because one of their plans tonight is to take Hathaway out of it, not even let him get a shot. He's not happy with his defense on that. Hathaway got a good look, but he had to create it, Jim. It wasn't easy.
Mustangs have cut it to 1. Conde has the ball. Out front to Nelson Nunez. Fade away.
Oh.
Got it.
Oh, boy.
Timeout. Vermont Randolph.
We got some good stuff to show you here. First one's going to be Hathaway. Going to work, gets a pick out high. Finally shakes loose. He had defender all over him, able to get it down and then back down the other end. Real tough fall away here. Nelson Nunez has been their offensive go-to guy inside. He's knocked him down. I don't know, Jim's got the live stats up there, see what he's done, but he must be close to 10 points already.
Very close. 11 is close to 10, so you're right.
It is.
On 5 for 5 shooting. He's 5 for 5 from the floor, 1 for 1 from the foul line.
I'm flying on radar. I don't have the live stats up. I got enough to do down here in the Starship Munsing Media to run this, so Jim's got the live stats.
Hathaway, high off the glass, no good, but Ben Francis with the putback. And another whistle. I don't know what that was for.
I think it's because the ball came out. Hathaway threw it back into the official, and I'm not really sure. Dave's got an explanation.
It's not a full moon, is there? I think that was last week, but anyway.
Coming in later this week.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Abnormal high tides midweek.
Out of the corner, a 3 missed by Xavier Ivey. Ben Francis with the rebound. Pemberton gives it to Duke. Out to Hathaway. Francis, far side Pemberton. Pemberton gives up his dribble. Gave it to Duke. Duke spins one way. Has to go whack back half the way. 10 to shoot, Central Maine. Hathaway being double teamed. Somebody's going to have to fire it. Duke on the fall away, short. Again, a defensive Randolph making the clock go deep for the Mustangs. Now a foul on Francis, and going to the line will be Jaden Clark.
So Ben Francis put a note out on Facebook that he's going to be available for any of you kids up in the Orono area during the semester break and putting on some clinics for young players and teaching them Mustang Magic basketball and all that he's learned in his career. So I bet he's great. We had him on yesterday. What a well-spoken young man again here, and I'm sure he'll do a tremendous job relating to the young athletes that he wants to deal with. So any of you young kids watching, or families watching up in that area, probably watching Ben, he'll be available. So you can check him out. Probably on Facebook you can find him.
Because his team, Orono High School, won back-to-back state championships, correct?
Yes.
So he's had a lot of young people looking up to him probably for a number of years. So it'll be great. 32-30.
Orono's had a great run in their male athletes at football as well.
Look at Moore go to work. He's going to have to earn him at the foul line. 2:49 remaining, first half.
Next foul, number 21, Mohammed Kane, his second, T6.
A little early to think, Jim, but we probably need like a 4 overtime game here to round out the 8 games this past 2 days.
Central Maine women won the first game over Vermont Randolph, 67-34, so 11-0 for the Mustang ladies. Let's see.
And again, another example of just tremendous young athletes there. Cassie came over and thanked us for naming her play the game. I don't know if I told you that, Jim. She was so excited.
No, I bumped her into the lobby. I said, hey, good to have you back, whatever. And I said, oh, do you know you were player of the game? And she says, wow, thanks. I said, well, look across the way there. See that good-looking guy at the table? He made the official decision. He's Rob Munzing of Munzing Media.
Yeah, she went right over and talked to Steve English. He said, good looking.
We're tied at 32, by the way. All right, offensive foul away from the ball. And that was on Landon Mashburn, who checked in, number 1, 6'3", first year from Alva, Florida. Made his way to the Green Mountain State. 2.5 minutes remaining in this first half. We're tied at 32. Hathaway for 3.
Oh.
Bang!
Now you know why Coach Hughes doesn't want to give him any touches.
Oh, exactly.
They've been limiting him. They've done a good job of it.
The way he catches and the form, Rob, we probably have 100 different over his career that look exactly the same.
Yes.
The form, catching it, releasing it, follow through. You can run the same take.
Well, exactly right, Jim, and that's what happens when you find those keys to the gym.
Right. That's no good. Had to take it. Jenkins had to take it on the buzzer. Nice catch, Hathaway, on the pass from Chang. Chang almost to midcourt, middle of it. Hathaway to JT Pound. Chang right in front of the Randolph bench. E.J. Pemberton fakes. Down to 5 seconds on the shot clock, and the ball kicked around. Somebody on Vermont bumped into Isaac Irwin.
They'll get a reset to 20. That's the important part of that.
And the Vermont Randolph player, Rob, bounced off Isaac Irwin and fell backwards. Hathaway, clock running out. They can pass it into the backcourt. Some people would miss that on the referee's test, right? You can do that. Chang through traffic. Now, when you say about keys to gyms, this is probably true everywhere, but I know a few times that I know, hey, how many keys does a high school lend out? And they said, everybody with a key report to room 140, okay? Then they have to say, excuse me, change that to the auditorium.
Yeah.
Anybody with keys to the gym, report to the auditorium. It was like 14 keys out or something. Rocco Chang, very cool, drops it in.
I was a long-time athletic director at the middle school and had keys. And every time there was a snow day, my kid's phone, the phone at home would light, the landline would light up. Everybody wanted to know if we were going to open the gym for everybody.
2 for 2 for Rocco Chang, and all of a sudden, maybe not all of a sudden, very methodically, the Mustangs have a 5-point lead.
Yeah, they settled the game down a little bit. It was frantic there for a little bit. They've got the pace they want.
Calvin wants to go to work, splits defenders. Coming out of the corner, a three-pointer short by Danae Anderson. He got it back. On the drive, Jenkins. Under 10 seconds to shoot. Calvin backs out of there. Irwin staying with him. There's the drive, tough angle, no good. Rebound up, no good. But in the end, a reset for the Knights.
They did not reset the shot clock.
Oh, okay. Brennan Chelius in there, number 10 for the Knights. 5 to shoot. There's a three-pointer. That was wild. And they say it's off CM.
Oh, I don't think so. I think they've got to get
shot clock first.
Shot clock first.
Shot
they've
clock
got it
first.
Yeah, that's why you have 3 officials. And they all have different responsibilities given whatever is going on. You know, the official down there, his job is to call inbounds, out of bounds. The other ones are on the shot clock, Jim.
Dave Gonja's going to headache. You know why? Because he was signaling the shot clock violation to the official. Of course, you pound on the top of your head.
Yeah.
So Dave emphatically was doing that. So
2 inches shorter now.
under 10 seconds. Let's see if the Mustangs get a shot. Duke going to create. Off pass and good! Somehow it went down for Will Duke, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Very interesting, to say the least. But we're never surprised, right, Rob? Never
Here
surprised.
it is. Just a step through, high off the glass to prevent the block at the buzzer. Duke of Will for 2.
All right. At the half in this men's YSCC game, it's Central Maine 39, Vermont State Randolph 32. Come back and join us in a few minutes on Munzing Media Sports.
Since 1964, the mission of Central Maine Community College has been to serve the surrounding communities with an enriched and inclusive learning environment. The college takes pride in transforming students into employees through lifelong learning opportunities that expand career aspirations and improve current workplace skills. While the most evident changes have been made to the physical layout of the college, the real magic happens within the learning. Engaging in classroom conversations, collaborating in immersive hands-on projects in labs, and sharing through teamwork in academics and extracurricular activities provides students with opportunities to think critically, solve real-world problems, and become lifelong learners. At CMCC, students are surrounded by peers all working towards the same goal. With expert faculty who seek out innovative ways to make classes more than just a lecture, and staff who make student success their priority, students are empowered to forge their own path towards graduation and beyond. Please join us in celebrating the 60th anniversary of Central Maine Community College and be part of our continued journey of growth and innovation.
CMCC provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
It provides a great opportunity, just a fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that you typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. It kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good. Like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like USCA.
For years, you've worked hard, saved wisely, and dreamed of this moment. Retirement is one of life's biggest decisions. You don't have to navigate it alone. With Gosline Retirement Planning by your side, you can retire with confidence. We're a team of fiduciaries who specialize in the transition from work life to retirement life, and we're here to help. We at GRP are committed to building a plan that lets you live and give better than you thought possible.
Provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munson Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munson Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation. Since 1892. And it changes the game, 35-26. This has been a wacko affair.
I'm Greg Glenn, Athlete Brand Advisor and CEO of Pliable. Are you tired of sending out emails to coaches and never hearing back? One key is sending an athlete recruiting video with your email. Here's how you can learn how to get yours. Visit pliablemarketing.com, take a look at all the athlete recruiting video options, see a sample video, plus frequently asked questions. All you have to do is visit pliablemarketing.com. Let's beat your competition and create your athlete recruiting video today.
I'm retired United States Army Staff Sergeant Travis Mills, formerly of the 82nd Airborne Division.
In 2012, I was injured in Afghanistan due to a roadside bomb. It took portions of both arms and both legs, and through Walter Reed and 19 months of intense recovery, I was able to build myself back up, learn how to walk again, drive again, and take care of my young family. Since then, I have decided to be on the road speaking as a motivational speaker.
Life is all about perspective, all right? So for me, it's real easy. I gave a lot, but I didn't give everything. When I think about my situation, I'm lucky to be here.
When I was on the road speaking, I was hired by CBU Benefits. Ray Valley and Brian Heath brought me in to speak at one of their forums.
After hearing Travis's story, I was compelled to move forward with our relationship. We specialize in reaching out to employees and employers, explaining to them the value of supplemental health coverage. Accidents, cancer, critical illness, disability, and sometimes even death are events that happened in our lifetime.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their healthcare just didn't cover it. After talking with Ray and Brian, telling them how much I really appreciate what they're doing, they decided that it would be just an awesome partnership if I became part of the team, not just as a spokesperson, but as an actual partner in the company. I have a message for everybody about supplemental benefits because I feel like everybody should be protected from life's unexpected events.
Accidents do happen. I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2022 to 2025. Set your goals and find your path at CMCC. Let's build a future together.
Mustangs taking the floor. Let's send it upstairs to Jim Toomey for halftime stats. Jim?
Thank you, Rob Munzing. CM leading Vermont State. Randolph 39-32 at the half. The team stats, very, very close. CM shooting 40.7 from the floor. Vermont State Randolph 40.6 from behind the arc. Mustangs 4 out of 8. Knights, 3 out of 12. At the foul line, 3 out of 5 for Vermont State Randolph. This snuck up on us, Rob. The Mustangs, a perfect 13 for 13 at the foul line.
That'll help you.
They came in shooting 66.5% on the year. Turnovers pretty low, actually, despite all the tough defense and action underneath. 7 turnovers, CM, I beg your pardon. 3 turnovers for the Knights. Rebounds, not that many, 14 to 12 edge for CM. And give credit, Vermont State Randolph has 13 assists. That's a high for a half. Mustangs only 5. Individually, Gavel Nelson Nuez in double digits with 11. Shandon Danae Anderson has 6. 5 points for Jaden Clark. Last year's player of the year nationally, Jalen Calvin, has only taken 7 shots. He's made 1, and that was a 3-point basket. He also had a foul shot for 4. He could go off at any time.
Oh, he sure. Watch him take his offense in the second half. You talk about assists, he's probably got a bunch of assists. I'll let you finish up, but you take a look at that.
I'll say it right now. You are right again. 6 assists. Mohamed Conde, 4 points. 2 points for Will Jenkins. And that's the scoring for the Knights. Central Maine Mustangs, nobody in double digits, but as Rob referenced, a really balanced attack offensively. Wyatt Hathaway, 8 points. 7 points for JT Pound along with 5 rebounds. Caden Moore has 6. Likewise, EJ Pemberton with 6. Our pregame interviewee, Isaac Irwin, was 2 for 2 at the floor for his 4 points. Will Duke was scoreless until about 1 second left in the half when he had a basket driving to the hoop off glass. Ben Francis and Rocco Chang and Vaughn Jonas all have 2 points. So again, at the half, Central Maine 39, Vermont State Randolph 32 on Munzing Media Sports.
Update on hockey there after the first period. 2-2. Mustangs and Wentworth Institute of Technology out of Boston, Massachusetts, not out of the Boston area. They're right in downtown Boston. So other action happening around, and let you know this will do it for men's basketball coverage for us for this semester. Women still have a couple of games left. Of course, the big game coming up down next Wednesday down at Southern Maine, the big rival game. Alternates every year. This year, the early game is down at SM. They'll play back up here in late January up here at Kirk Hall. So those games are always tight contest usually and well contested. And we'll see what happens down there this year. You can watch those games, Seawolves TV. They'll have that on the YSCC network, and they do a great job with their coverage down there. So Mustang fans, you'll be able to find that game down there.
Of course, the women will be back here for 2 home games after that on the 15th and 17th. One of them will be a conference game against New Hampshire Tech.
Yeah, NHTI, a little late getting their women's program up and going, and truthfully, they're still suffering from some growing pains here as they try to put that back together. They were a very competitive team in a number of years. They've kind of fallen off a little bit in the past couple of years, trying to put it back together, and kind of what happens. Some of the teams, you know, it seems it's out of our minds, but COVID really took a hit on some of the programs and taken a long time to put those things back together. Not easy to build a program, I'll tell you. I've been there, done that, and it's a multi-year task.
You got to give credit to those teams that persevere through this. You know, the coaches and players and parents probably trying to support, but you know, when you look at a roster of 7 to 8, there's not much margin for error.
No.
When you start traveling and, you know, never mind a pandemic, just getting a flu or a cold or bronchitis, and all of a sudden, you know, you have to have a talk with yourself as a school and as athletic department. Are we going to go 300 miles with 6 players.
Right, exactly. It's fair to them.
Yeah.
And your number one priority here at this level is your student athletes, with the student being emphasized. And certainly that's the case with the YSCC. They have a great idea of what they want to accomplish and what their goals are as a conference, and they continue to evolve and grow, and we'll probably see that. Hopefully Jim and I will be here for a long time to be able to continue see the growth of programs and the ebb and flow of things. That's certainly something that happens in the course of life. So, this is life, and certainly these kids are students first, and they will all be into semester-ending week here coming up. We wish them all the very best of luck.
Yep. And again, if your team has 7 players healthy, there's an obligation to make the trip, even though you have a very small chance maybe of winning. And I think that's done for the most part.
Yep.
All right, Vermont Tech. Well, I said Vermont Tech. Vermont State University Randolph, first possession of the half. There's a shot underneath. Rebound up and in. Staying with it was Shandon Danae Anderson.
Dane Anderson started it off in the first half with some buckets. Back at it.
39-34, Mustangs first possession. They have the lead. Pound from way deep, and he gets the delayed bang. The 6'5" freshman. What a soft touch.
Yeah, Pound was a little late getting here. Spent some time in church this morning, apparently.
42-34, Central Maine. Shot inside, missed. That was missed by Clark. The Knights, with good hustle, get the loose ball rebound, so to speak. 1 minute into the second half. Look at the intensity on everybody's face, Rob.
This is great. I love it. I'm right down close to it. I want to get out and play.
Three-pointer, no good. I think that was Will Jenkins who missed that. Here comes Vaughn Jonas back outside to Hathaway. Hathaway takes it in the lane and stolen away. He tried to get it to the corner, but...
Yeah, Duke was over there trying to get it to him. Will.
Jaden Clark said no way. Number 12 from New Orleans. In front of his own bench, Clark. They loop it inside and up and in for Myron Dew. He hasn't played much today, has he?
No, he hasn't.
You saw him yesterday.
Yeah.
A wide body.
Yeah, I call him Mountain Dew.
Yeah. 6'8" junior from San Diego. A little warmer than Maine, I assume, today. He's cut it to 6. Stop, shoot is Jonas. Rebound went right to Dew. Here comes Jalen Calvin. Changes speeds, that's his game. Among other things he does well. And Dew on the far side, hands off to Jenkins. There's a drive across the lane. Nice catch by Dew. And the Knights are out of bounds.
I'm looking for Calvin take his offense a little more, Jim.
Yeah.
As you said, he didn't shoot. Well, he's coming off Gimpin here then. Yeah, he's...
Xavier Ivey replaces him, number 4.
We'll keep an eye on that. And going to get some training help. Rob's headed over. He's going in.
The CM trainer, Rob, I don't know what was the last day. He's had a heck of a busy weekend, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Underneath, Pound lays it in. The assist to Wyatt Hathaway. 44-36. Mustangs with their biggest lead of the afternoon, turning to evening.
Well, Jalen Calvin has left the gym. I'll keep an eye on that.
Here's a three-pointer. Back rim by Ivy. Rebound, Pound.
Pound having a good start the second half. 4 points and banging boards.
Duke to Pound by his own bench. That's Vaughn Jonas. Jonas stops, shoots. Does not get it. Nice block out by the Knights. Here comes Will Jenkins. Jenkins took the return pass. Dew for 3. No good. Out of bounds. Let's see, how many has he taken?
He's still grimacing,
yeah. Myron Dew's actually taking 24 this year, made 8. The 6'8" player. Underneath, there's the big stuff! Caden Moore, Who made that pass? Hathaway?
I have to
You
look at
gotta
the
check
replay.
Hathaway steals it. Contact. We play on. As Hathaway got knocked down. And there's Pound trying to hold his ground. They right into him. Loose ball rebound. Myron Dew. Dave Gagne, talking to one of the officials, said, probably making about how did this happen and not happen and why didn't you make it? Anyway, it's still an 8-point Mustang lead. It was 10 for 20 seconds or something. Hathaway's okay. He's going to direct traffic from downtown Auburn, short. And another easy rebound for Dew as it ricochets right to his midsection off the miss.
Jalen Calvin at the scorer's table said, well, now he's going to come back.
All of a sudden it's quiet again. Myron Dew handling it, hands off to Jenkins. 10 to shoot for the Knights. Pound comes out to play some defense. A screen by Dew. Down to 3. And the dunk is missed. They actually lost possession of it, didn't he? In midair?
He did, yeah. Went out of bounds. One neat things about being here, Jalen Calvin apologized to me for being in my way, and I said, what's happening to you, Jalen? He said, it's my knee.
Okay.
So now we have a first-hand report. That's good reporting, Jim. That's
Your interview
right to the
skills,
source.
Your interview skills have no bounds, Rob.
Like Mr. Ed, right to the source.
Why did we watch it? The Talking Horse. We got business at hand here. We got a bunch of subs in. And inside, ricochets around pinball style. And the Knights end up with it in the person of Will Jenkins.
Been a lot of that ball bouncing around, contested.
There's Calvin testing out that knee. He's directing so much he needs a fluorescent vest out there, I think. Under the basket from the corner, it's long by Dane, and that foul's going to be against the Knights. Now, I do know we have a lot of grandparents as fans, so if we make a reference to something in the 60s, they probably start nodding their heads or something.
Yeah, young kids are going, where'd they get these old guys?
Hey, we only had 3 channels to watch, right?
Mustang's really done a good job of managing the flow of this game, Jim. You know, it was getting away from them early on, and they just stayed with it.
Irwin back in, somehow got it to Pemberton, a little too heavy. Isaac Irvin, the rebound, they take it away from him. Players hit the deck, and we play on. Here's Calvin, going to put it in another gear. Stops, shoots, does not get it. Rebound, Irwin. Chang will bring it up. Chang changes hands, and I think deflected or lost. They can say it deflected out.
Yeah, went off one of the Randolph players, I believe. Yeah, they get an explanation from it. Mr. Mita.
Chang in front of his own bench. Irwin returns it to Chang. Alex Brigitte in the game, playing a high post by the foul line. E.J. Pemberton backs out, 8 to shoot, CM. Pemberton comes up shooting, grazes the rim, and the rebound found Will Jenkins.
Now shooting off a little bit in this half, both teams.
Here's a three-pointer by Jenkins, no good. Rebound tracked down by Brigitte, and he was sort of semi-bear hugged by Shandon Danae Anderson. That was kind of funny in the sense it wasn't that rough, but it was like a hug. He didn't let go of him until the whistle. Gavel Nelson Nunez coming in. And Danae Anderson going to visit the training site. Chang brings it up. Mustang spread out the court. Francis returns it to Chang. Down in the corner, Pemberton. Pemberton got it back for a 3. Weak side rebound, Francis. Chang. And let's see, and finally, up and in. They were hoping for goaltending.
Yeah, ball don't lie, I guess, right there.
Alex Brigitte, right? Scored that. 48-38. Mustang.
Yep.
Lost out by the Knights. Riley Bowen in, number 24, 6'7" freshman, Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah, Riley was some minutes yesterday, played really
Yeah.
well. Well, the Mustangs have snuck away to a 10-point lead here, kind of quietly, but.
Chang with the basketball. He got it back. Far side Pemberton skips it back to Chang. They try to go into Bowen, but look at Calvin jump up and steal it. And there's a block by Chang. A nice control block by Rocco Chang. Did not pick up the foul as he blocked the shot of Brendan Chelius.
Look at Rocco get back, gets in position, times his jump perfectly, lets the player go under him and gets all ball.
And excellent execution by the Knights on the inbound as Jaden Clark lays it in and has got one more shot coming. Pemberton picked up his first foul. Clark, a 70% foul shooter coming into the game. Averaging 8.9 points a game.
Myron Dew back in the game.
He's due. 48-41 CM. Nearing the 12-minute mark remaining. 12 minutes left in this basketball weekend. Underneath, nice catch. Irwin takes his time and score the basket. Isaac Irwin caught the pass under with traffic and sort of thought about what he was going to do, and he powered it up.
Made room for himself underneath, did Isaac, and good finish. He was under there deep and had to come back out.
Who made that pass, Rob? Did you?
I'll look at the replay. If I
That
can.
one stays down for Isaac Irwin.
We'll look at it again, Jim, and I'll identify that.
got-
And I didn't see where the pass came from.
I got live stats in my lap, the rosters, and I also have an additional couple of sheets of season statistics.
Might have been Brown that made the pass.
Knights trying to cut into this 10-point lead, and they've got it to 8 a few times. Calvin for 3, no good. Duke got the rebound.
Dew was up by the shot
Oh,
clock.
yeah. Three-pointer, the Knights, bang. Will Jenkins from downtown. Down to 7. Jonas to Irwin from the corner. Swish for Isaac Irwin. I'm telling you, everybody wants to be interviewed by you, Rob, pregame.
Well, glad to see it, fine young man.
A lot of action underneath. Three-pointer from the outside, no good by Danae Anderson. Here comes Jonas. Jonas to Riley Bowen. Riley Bowen ran the court. Took the pass and laid it in. And look at that CM bench.
They're up and at
Look
him.
at that CM bench.
Well, you got a lot of the, subs in during that stretch run right there, and they took care of business. They had a 10-point lead. When those guys came in, they maintained that 10-point lead. And that's exactly what you want. When you bring those subs in the game, Jim, you want to maintain. Great job by the guys coming in off the bench.
Isaac Irwin up to 11 points on 5 for 5 shooting. 1 for 1 at the foul line.
Give you a different view of it from Ashley's camera right down in the corner.
After this busy weekend, I hope that some of the students don't have that 8 o'clock class tomorrow.
Well, if they go out here with victories, they'll be pretty darn happy to go to class and have everybody say, boy, I watched you guys. What a game that was. That's one of the things you get here too, Jim. You get great peer support for the athletic programs here. All the kids who are playing, they support each other, each team. but the student body supports these kids. So we saw that with the rally that they had here when the kids came back after winning the soccer national championship, packed gym, and fantastic. And it's a great thing about community college athletics and the YSCC.
Yeah. And I'm sure the coaches, I don't know what the official policy is. The coaches are really in tune with student athletes going to class and checking on them, and they have academic advisors like, Christine Lee, right?
Christine Lee is a godsend.
Yeah.
She is tremendous with these kids.
They'll be there at 8 o'clock. Underneath, Myron Dew, and they score the basket. He's going to get one more. Going back in time, Rob, I knew some guys checking. I said, hey, aren't you taking that course? You need that, right? The guy says, are you kidding? It's at 8 o'clock. I'll pick it up later.
Exactly, I know.
And by the way, I don't want any classes afternoon on Friday, in case you're wondering. The old-fashioned three-point play for Dew, and he's got it. For some reason, they didn't play in the first half that I remember.
Well, I thought he played well last night. He came right in, hit a long three right out of the gate.
He's cut it to 8 points just about halfway through this half. Up and good for Pemberton on a great pass from Rocco Chang.
We'll show you that. Rocco. Got to get a lot of kudos for that pass.
Jaden Clark inside the foul line. Blocked by Bowen. Taken away by Moore. Chang ends up with it. Skips it over to Jonas underneath. Nice catch by Moore. Does not get the roll. JT Pound has a try. Ball's loose. The Knights come away with it. That was quite a sequence. Here's Calvin, left of the foul line extended. Out to Dew from downtown. Back rim. And the Knights knock it out of bounds.
Let's take a look at this beautiful feed. I think it's a Rocco feed. Rocco on the drive. Just slips it through. That's even better than I thought it was at the time. I don't know how he got it through that mass of humanity, but he did.
Riley Bowen out to the top of the arc to Chang. Bowen got it back. Nice catch by Pound. There goes Rocco. Tough angle, but he's going to shoot two.
Next on number 14, Kendon Anderson, his second, team 4. Rocco Chang at the line.
Chang, 18 out of 28, the foul line coming in. Sophomore from Auckland, New Zealand.
Mustangs up 3-2 in hockey. 13 minutes left in the second period.
I think Munzing, nice job by Chang. Munzing Media is like that old act on the Ed Sullivan Show, the spinning plates, right? You just hope the wrong one doesn't fall. It's tough to keep them all going, right, Rob?
We're keeping them all going.
All right. 59-47, largest lead for the Mustangs. 9 minutes remaining on the far side. Danae Anderson. There's Dew, guarded by Bowen. Cutting down there is Dane Anderson, no good. The rim blocked it. And Vaughn Jonas going back the other way, dumps it inside and going to the line will be Caden Moore. Credit Vaughn Jonas for pretty much going three-quarter court.
Yeah, got the good board. Mowed it into the offensive zone, made the good pass. More importantly, that's the 5th foul now on the Knights as they look to come back, Jim, down 12 with 5 fouls. That's one of the things you always look at as you're looking at a team trying to come back. What is their foul situation? Mustangs will be shooting here after the next 2 fouls.
Caden Moore made the second of 2. He's now in double figures.
The reason you look for that, of course, is a lot of times you'll have to come with pressure, full court pressure,
Yes.
and more prone to foul.
That is true. Ivy, top of the arc. Danae Anderson. Dew comes out. Dew wants to give it to somebody. What was that?
It's going to be a foul on Hathaway. Hathaway playing full denial. He was face guarding Jalen Calvin.
Okay.
Off the ball. I was watching that
Okay.
battle. And
See, I didn't follow my own advice. I wasn't watching off the ball. And
got a little feisty.
Okay.
Calvin's still gimping a little bit here, as he told me in an exclusive interview that it was his knee that was bothering him a little bit.
13-point lead, Mustangs. There's a line drive three-pointer, getting the roll for a delayed bang. Xavier Ivey. When that left his hand, Rob, do you think it was going to go in?
No, it's a frozen rope.
Yeah. Will Duke back in for Central Maine. He has the ball. Caden Moore powers across the lane, has to get rid of it, and out of bounds. Caden Moore goes by Coach Gagne, and Coach Gagne was saying, just said something positive and clapping his hands. Which is a good move because Caden sort of looked up at the ceiling and, said, I should have done better or me bad or something.
So one of the things you want to be, if you're going to be a upper echelon team, you got to close games out. And when you got a 10-point lead under 8 minutes to go, you've got to continue to put the pedal to the metal. Talked to Coach Gagne about that. He says, exactly right. We were having a discussion kind of in coaching terms, and he says, yeah, we need a little more killer instinct to put teams away.
That is true. Continue to play defense and always get a quality shot. There's a shot from the outside, no good. That last foul was on Caden Moore, but that was only his first. And speaking of Caden Moore, he just took it away from a Knight.
And that's exactly one of the things you have to do, right there.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Win that one-on-one battle.
Hathaway in the corner is Duke. Deflected out of bounds. It'll be Mustangs ball. 7:20 remaining, second half. 60-50. Central Maine Community College, right here in Auburn, Maine. Moore sort of loses his balance, somehow picks it up. Held ball. And they say it's Mustangs arrow. We get a timeout on the court. 7:13 remaining, second half in men's YSCC action. Central Maine 60, Vermont State, Randolph 50 on Munzing Media Sports.
Well, I want to thank everybody down here at CM, including the UMA staff as well, to pull this off the last couple of days. Busy night, started Friday night with 2 games and a hockey game, so we had 3 games on Friday night. 4 yesterday, 4 today. And it was a combination of the 2 schools teaming up down here to make everything work, and they did.
Steve English doing a great job with the music and
absolutely.
PA. And the gentleman from UMA, Roger, does the PA. Is that Roger?
Roger Collins, yes.
He does an excellent job.
He's got a great voice as well, yeah. Yep, and Chris Hart was here Friday night, and he was working for CM on Friday night,
yeah.
the UMA athletic director, doing live stats here, not for a UMA game, but for a Central Maine game. So great cooperation, and I know, having worked with UMA for a number of years, they were our first school we ever worked with. Back in 2012, we started streaming their games. That's back in the Flintstone era of live streaming. We were stringing stuff up with Campbell soup cans to make it work, and they came on and trusted us to do it. And Dave saw us doing those games down there and brought us up for we had tryouts up here. I'll tell that story at some other time. It's a good story. Remind me of it.
It was so long ago, the scoreboard had Roman numerals. Inside Moore, and he's going to the line. Excellent entry pass by Duke.
So Dave saw me at UMA. He says, you know what I'd like to do? I like how you do that. We're doing our streaming, but, we have to do it ourselves, and things don't work. Coach Moron's got to figure it out. Blah, blah, blah. Why don't you come up and do a game? We'll see how it goes. So we scheduled the game, and we scheduled the SM game in December of 2016. And all excited about it. My son Nate working with me and all that. And about a week before the game, I had triple bypass surgery, so I was out of the mix. And they came up, did the game. Dave went to administration and said, look at this. And it was, we done it well, and it was a great game, replay and stuff like that. Next year we were hired. We came on and for the 17-18 season.
And it's been all positive ever since from our perspective, and I think most people that watch and listen. Nice job at the foul lines. Caden Moore went 2 for 2. There's a three-pointer. Bang! As Xavier Ivy hits another one, down to 9 points. Duke taking his time. E.J. Pemberton, 6.5 to go. Pemberton lost the ball. I think Calvin sort of stripped it.
He did, yeah. Got his quick hands in there. That's a break for CM. Well, EJ got things going early on. Remember when the offense was struggling a little bit? He hit back-to-back threes that early on in the game with a deficit there, got the Mustangs back and going.
Three-pointer Hathaway. No good. Rebound, Isaac Irvin is going to shoot 2. Irvin just came back in the game. Yeah, reference E.J. Pemberton. It just punctuates the fact. Sometimes it's not how many points you score. It's sometimes when.
Exactly.
Because you may only get 6 or 7 in a game, but wow, 4 of them were during this dry stretch. We lost the lead for the first time, and you scored a basket and a foul shot or something. One more for Irwin.
Mustangs were perfect from the free throw line the first, as Jim told you with the halftime stats.
0 for 2 that time for Irwin. And we got a foul in the backcourt. See, it's Calvin down on the court here. Sort of grimacing again, Rob.
Yeah.
He's trying to get his knee loose or something, but. He's a gamer, he's staying in. Okay, Mustangs leading by 9. The Knights trying to cut into this. There's another three-pointer by Ivy. That one halfway down came out. Myron Dew thought he was fouled. No call. Rebound Mustangs.
Yeah, Pound did a good job underneath there, and then it came off to Irwin.
There's Duke. Pound in front of his own bench. Duke brings that out to the top of the arc. Right of the foul line extended. Jonas. 10 to shoot. CM. Jonas the fall away. Does not get the roll. Rebound. That was Mohamed Konde who just came back in. Accelerating. Calvin, boy, his knee looked good in that play, Rob. Huh?
He surely took
speed.
off.
He's still limping, I'm saying. I was surprised at the acceleration.
God. He plays hard, goes down, and trying to get that knee stay loose here. And they'll have to bring out the James Brown cape here pretty soon for him.
Calvin, 1 out of 2 at the line today. He's been very quiet, Rob. Hasn't taken that many shots.
We don't know whether, Jalen's got an existing knee injury, and if he does, playing back-to-back days, that's the kind of thing you try to rest it up, ice it up, and stay off it between games. But there's no between games here, back-to-back.
Made 2 clutch foul shots there because the lead is down to 7.
All right, so this is what we're talking about CM with 5:25 left. Managing a lead.
62-55. Both teams will be in the 1-and-1 on the next foul. Traveling on the Mustangs. Pemberton in for Jonas.
Yeah, those two guys, almost interchangeable players, aren't they, Jim,
yes,
with their skill set?
Right now, the Mustangs have the arrow, if that comes into play. Calvin accelerates again, tries to create midair, somehow got his own rebound. He's battling through the tall towers in there. Outside, no good, and knocked out, they say, by the Mustangs.
Well, this is going to be a wild finish.
Oh, yeah. Baseline inbounds play. Three-pointer. No good by Ivy. Weak side rebound, Caden Moore.
Yeah, Caden just owned that one.
Will Duke brings it across, gives it to Pemberton. Duke wants Hathaway on the other side of the court. Here's Moore. Moore faces the basket. Power dribble, spins, gives the ball up to Duke. 6 to shoot. Duke with some daylight.
Big one.
Bang! Clutch basket, Will Duke.
Well, hit the one at the end of the half in there. That's a big one.
That was big. 10-point lead again for the Mustangs. As Duke and Irwin playing defense. Knights retain possession. Shot from the outside, no good by Ivy. Foul on Central Maine, I believe.
Here's the Will 3.
Shot clock was winding down, too.
Down to 4 as he shoots the ball. And that didn't touch anything. That came right down through the center. Hardly tickled the twine, as they say.
4 minutes straight up remaining in this YSCC men's basketball matchup. Mohammed Kondi at the line. He's from Dover, Delaware. Foul shot was missed. That was a 1-and-1.
Yeah, it will be for both teams
Yep.
going forward.
And going to contact foul on Calvin, and Will Duke will go to the line.
This is first. But well away from the basket and could result in points for the Mustangs because you're shooting 1-on-1 with a really good foul shooter right here.
All right, I got to check it. I stayed up last night updating stats, watching football playoffs. .72% foul shooter coming in. How about 100% on those two? 67-55. Central Maine. They were down early in the first half. Finished the first half strong and have pretty much led like 6 to 10 points. And laying it up off the scramble, Mohammed Konde, timeout, Randolph.
Yeah, I was about to say that the Knights are almost in a must-score situation on that possession right there. Get it down to 10, Jim. Make it something manageable. They'll go in the huddle, talk it over, and expect some pressure coming out of the timeout. I would guess that they'll pressure the ball. And we've seen the Mustangs, they'll anticipate that. Coach will be talking about that. You know, they like that touchdown pass from Hathaway to Caden Moore. They'll come up 4 across and then break deep.
The good news for CM, I'm scanning here, no one has more than 2 fouls. And that's only a couple of players have 2 fouls. So no problem for Central Maine. For the Knights, Clark has 3, Dew has 3, Conde has 3. Again, the arrow remains in the direction of Central Maine. As Rob said, both teams in the 1-and-1.
See, Coach Hughes does a terrific job with this program.
3 tough games last year between these teams. They played 3, including the tournament.
Yep, right.
Mustangs won 2 out of 3, including the quarterfinal game. A whistle against the Knights, I think.
Conde getting called on. The foul came through the offensive player.
Yeah, the scores
That's 4
last
now on him.
I beg your pardon, Rob. Vermont's Randolph 83-80. They won the first game. Second game 92-90 CM in overtime, and in the quarterfinal round of the tournament, CM won 78-68. Foul shot missed by Moore, but he gets it back. He gives it to Duke.
Chew some clock here.
Pemberton for 3.
Hit a 3.
Bang!
Hit a 3 here. That's what I meant to say.
EJ Pemberton
EJ's has some big threes in the game.
Yes.
Early on, none bigger than that one right there.
Pemberton 3 out of 4 from distance. Outside, Nelson Nuez down the lane.
Big call.
And they're going to call a blocking foul. Is it because Pemberton was in the circle, the defensive circle? I guess he had to be in that restricted arc area, right? Because I thought he got there.
I should have made a replay on it.
Yeah, okay. I'm just Nelson Nunes right down the middle with that one.
Let folks know when a play happens, I have to like immediately make a decision, make a replay, and sometimes you don't know till after you start talking. I go, gosh, I should have made a replay on that.
Hathaway and Moore out of the game. J.P.T. Pound came in along with, I believe, Rocco Chang.
Well, I think Hathaway will be back in there shortly. He's just going to drink of water probably and be back in.
2:50 to go. Underneath, Chang took a very accurate pass from Duke. Duke gets it back. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Ball got loose. Duke picked it up. Nice catch in front of the bench by Pemberton. Down low to Pound, the baby hook shot.
Oh,
yes!
Boy. What a nice execution there. Oh, my gosh, we got a collision.
Pound just came back in the game and got involved very quickly. Foul on Pemberton.
Yeah. I just saw the end of it. I didn't see what happened. I don't know if we have it. Here, we're going to see it right here. Oh, boy. That's a good lead block in the NFL right there.
Was he trying to set a screen or not?
Well, the screen was set.
Okay.
I don't know whether he didn't see the defender there. He was running full speed to try to hustle back on defense. And
Jaden Clark.
You know, had they thought that he was, had intent there, that they would have, changed that call. That wouldn't have been just a regular foul.
One more for Jaden Clark. Now, any foul either way will be 2 shots, except, of course, for player control fouls. Most people know that. Clark from New Orleans made his way to the Green Mountain State, misses that one. Ball bounces around. Chang gets it, and he's bumped. Morocco Chang will walk down to the basket to our left to shoot 2. Chang at the foul line, 3 for 3 today.
That's 4 on Jaden Clark.
One more for Chang from Auckland, New Zealand, and he gets the shooter's roll. 74-60 with 2:20 remaining. Central Maine with the lead. Will Jenkins calling a play. Gives it to Dew. Nelson Nunes fakes. Went to the far side to Jenkins. Here's a three-pointer, Calvin. That one no good. Rebound Pound.
Yeah, JT with another big board. He's got a bushel full.
Yeah, I got to make a tape of JT Pound, like a 3-second tape so I wouldn't have to use my voice. I just hit the button. It goes, rebound Pound. Chang in the lane, lost it. Calvin looks up court.
Yeah, you need urgency here. You got to get going.
Nice catch, Nelson Nunes. He follows away and hits it.
Oh, that's a tough shot.
Athletic move for Gavel Nelson Nunes. 74-62 with 90 seconds remaining. Duke tries to split defenders. I think he got bumped. They call a foul on Will Jenkins.
I think Will's been perfect from the free throw line. You said it was a 72% free throw shooter coming in. I think he's been pretty solid. I know.
It's only 2 shots he's taken. So this is his 3rd one. Excuse me. Will Duke, 4 for 4 at the line. Back up to 14.
Will hit that big three.
Oh, yeah. All the way up and in. Jalen Calvin.
Yeah, I don't think Jalen's been feeling himself.
He's interesting town. He's from Missouri City, Texas. Nearing the 1 minute mark. CM by 12. A near steal. Pemberton has it. And where's the whistle coming from?
Foul on.
Okay.
Well outside. But nonetheless, 2 shots coming. Again, look from Ashley's camera. Ashley's been a trooper today. She's done all 4 games. Did the first 2 upstairs.
Oh, wow.
And 2 on the floor.
Again, you have a bunch of reliable CM students. What a difference it is when you can count on people, huh?
Oh, absolutely. These kids are really tremendously mature, and Chris does a great job of coordinating everybody. And I got enough going on that if I had to be chasing around college students.
E.J. Pemberton's having a great game.
To make sure they could get here and stuff like that. Yeah. It would drive me out of the business.
78-64, Calvin from downtown, bang. He sort of winces as he went up court.
So effortless, though, on that shot and release.
78-67, Central Maine, 37 seconds. They're in no hurry. Jonas back in the game, gives it to Chang. And Chang is tagged. So Rocco will be turning to the foul line, where he's 5 for 5 today.
I want to compliment the CM coaching staff. 3 straight days of games. Putting this together. Solid plans for every game. It's not like you have practices that you can really, settle in on, getting an opponent like you have a week between games or something like that. 3 straight games. Kids have come out, executed the coaching plan. Right down through the staff, Dave and everybody. Tremendous job.
78-67 CM, the shot missed. That was by Isaiah Masha from Spring, Texas. Shot clock is off, the game clock clicking now under 10 seconds. And Central Maine will be going to 8-6 overall, 5-1 in the conference with a 78-67 win over Vermont State Randolph. The Knights dropped to 4-8, 1-3 in the conference. Rob, you going to listen to the stats so you can pick the player of the game?
Yes, and you know what I think I'd like to really do is I'd like to get Coach Gagne on here just to talk a little bit about the growth of this team and all that. I think that would be a good thing to do if I can get Dave to come on. So we might grab him, Jim, and see. We'll get a few thoughts from Dave, and then we can do wrap-up. We're in no hurry. We've got nothing else to do here today. But I'd really like to hear from Dave. Yeah. Because, I was hitting it at the end of the game, Jim, with the tremendous job the coaching staff did on prepping these kids Friday, Saturday, Sunday games, and to run the whole deal here. I think this would be a good thing. Good time to talk to Dave. Dave shuns the spotlight, but so Chris, you hearing me up there? We're going to try to get Coach on. Coach, we wanted to bring you on because I was relating towards the end of the game about the 3 straight days of prepping these kids and how well the coaching staff did to prepare these kids to play. And you've got to be extremely proud of the coaching staff, your assistant coaches, as well as the kids here. I want to give you time to talk to the fans at home.
Sure, thanks. Kids are resilient. 3 games, 3 days, not easy, but to participate in the national tournament, that's what you got to do to win. We use a lot of guys. We're pretty deep, and a lot of guys stepped up today. We make some fundamental mistakes because of fatigue a little bit. But, boy, I give a lot of credit to, we got 13 guys, 14 guys that can really play. And our job is to wear the other teams down. And people don't, I think from home, don't always understand what it takes to play 3 games in 3 days, 2 games in 2 days. I mean, Vermont came here, second game in 2 days. That's tough.
Yeah.
On the road, it's tough. We're going to do it the second half. But I'm incredibly proud of our guys and, thrilled to death with their play. I think, we didn't turn the ball over a lot, and I thought we'd have a lot more of that on the third day. We shot pretty well the third day. But, boy, our boys are resilient. And they are.
Didn't get off to a great start today, did you? And then EJ hit those 2 threes
absolutely
early on in the game that everybody kind of went, okay.
Well,
hey.
I have a ton of respect for Jalen Calvin. I mean, that kid's
I know
two-time
that
player
kid.
of the year, and we just tried to essentially take him out of the game if we could with Vaughn and EJ back and forth, and Jalen still got his, but he's the centerpiece of their offense. And if you can handle him, and it takes more than one player to handle him, you have a chance.
And I think Jalen was a little gimpy there with that knee, and
Very,
playing back-to-back days
Yes.
is tough. You don't get that time to rest and ice up and all that
So-
stuff. But not only did you handle the coaching aspect of this day, but your athletic director role here to host these games with UMA in here, and you've been here like 24 hours a day.
It seems like that, doesn't it?
It does.
It's you don't do this without a team. I may be the face of the program. People think of me. There's a hell of a lot behind me. I'm like an orchestra leader. I just stand up front and wave the wand. Let everybody else do the work because I got a whole bunch of people. My president was here today. She's talking with people. We have recruits here today. That's such a good thing for them to see. Our table. Steve English, the best broadcaster in the whole world. We just so talented. Like great assistant coaches. Can't say enough about the whole school, the whole organization.
It was just a tremendous weekend of basketball here, a showcase for CM. So I wanted to bring you on to be able to talk about that a little bit.
I appreciate that.
Because I think that's really important for people to see what goes on and how much you care for this community, not just your basketball players, but the whole school
very
in
much
general.
So.
And that's
thank you very much.
That's a terrific
I appreciate
thing,
that.
Good. So let's go back upstairs. Jim will have the final stats of this one. We'll pick Edge Nutrition Player of the Game here. Jim?
All right. Thank you, Rob. Well done, as usual. Team stats first. Mustang shot 41.5% from the floor. Randolph only 37% from long distance. 7 out of 15 for CM. 7 out of 28 for the Knights. A lot of foul shots, a lot in the end. Sometimes that stat's misleading. But very good today by the Mustangs. 27 out of 33, that's 82%. Vermont Randolph was 10 out of 14, that's 71%. Mustangs had 14 turnovers, only 5 for the Knights. Let's look at the rebounds. 33-27 edge to Central Maine. Going down individually for Vermont State Randolph, Gavel Nelson Nunez, high scorer with 15. 11 points. They held Jalen Calvin to 11 points. And again, looked like his knee was bothering him. He was 3 for 13, Rob, so you got to give credit to all those defenders that Coach Gagne referenced. Jaden Clark, 9 points. 8 points for Shandon Danae Anderson. Myron Dew, 7 points. 6 points for Xavier Ivey, got 2 baskets behind the arc. Mohamed Conde, 6, also had 7 boards. 5 points for Will Jenkins. And those were the scorers for the Knights. The Central Maine Mustangs. JT Pound, 15 points, 8 rebounds. Caden Moore, 13 points, 7 rebounds. EJ Pemberton, 11 points. Made 3 3-point baskets, as Rob referenced. He had 2 in the first half, back-to-back pretty much, when they needed that spark, and he made another one towards the end. Also in double figures, our pregame interviewee, Isaac Irwin, had 11 points and 7 rebounds. Will Duke, 9 points, 3 assists. He had a big bucket at the end of the first half that sent the Mustangs on a positive note to the locker room, and he had a key bucket in the late going, and also 4 for 4 at the line. Only 8 points for Wyatt Hathaway. How many shots do you think he took, Rob?
6.
Well, got close as usual. 7.
Yep.
He was 3 for 3 at the line. Rocco Chang, 5 out of 7 at the line for his 5 points. Ben Francis had a bucket and 3 rebounds. Riley Bowen with a basket. Vaughn Jonas, 2 for 2 at the line for his 2 points. Also seeing action, Alex Brigitte. And that was it, I guess. So again, the final score, Central Maine 78, Vermont State Randolph 67. Rob, any decision made?
No, I actually got talking to Chris, and I was talking to Steve. We're trying to get all the stuff, so I'll let you do the honors here, Jim, as we'll pick a player of the game. I'm sorry, I was off here for some of the stats.
Has J.P. Pound been picked? He's got
way back,
15 and 8.
Yeah, that's a great game. Yeah, I like that choice. He had some real big rebounds down the stretch for JT. So I like that choice. We'll go with JT Pound. Will be our player of the game. So congratulations, JT. We kind of went out of sequence there as we, I just wanted to bring Dave on for those thoughts there. So we cut kind of out of our normal script at the end of the game there, Jim. I threw a curveball at you. You handled it with great technique as usual here. And I thought what Dave was able to talk about was really, really very important to hear. And, that the fact that president of the college is here to see the athletes play, and she's a great supporter of all things athletic here, President Libby.
No, I support you 100% for this reason. Sometimes you have that little window of opportunity, and you got to take it. You know what I mean? You say, this is a good time to do it. Let's get them over here, because if you delay, then we didn't have time, and the message might be lost. So I think it's timely to do it right here. The Central Maine women won the first game, 67-34, and the men win this game over Vermont State Randolph 78-67. Rob, any closing comments? Are we all set?
We're good to go. Thanks everybody for tuning in this weekend. Been a long weekend, but very successful weekend here for our teams, UMA and CM, and good basketball played here on the campus of Central Maine Community College. We're glad you're joining us here, and thank you all for everybody for the fine kudos that we have. This will be our final men's game for the semester. We'll pick up a couple of women's games here next week, and then we'll be off on the semester break.
All right, great job by our camera crew today. Chris Niederman, Abdul Jama, Ashley Persong. The executive producer of Munzing Media Sports is Robert F. Munzing. I'm Jim Toomey. Until the next time on Munzing Media Sports, take care, everybody.